I don't know if I would open a business here in Torrington. You know, I'm looking at other spots. I don't think I don't think it's a viable location for me to open another business. I hate to say that, but that's kind of where I am.
I feel Torrington sucks. I feel like it's dead. There's no life.
I think it's just kind of crummy.
Yeah, when I'm walking through downtown Torrington, it doesn't feel like not really alive. It almost feels kind of dead and boring.
Well, there's not really any shops down there. I mean, all that's down there is a bunch of like boring antique shops. I mean, who wants to go to those? Like, I mean, it's just kind of lame.
It could be something good, but right now it's really crappy.
Downtown Torrington definitely has potential, but it's not as great as it could be right now.
After hearing all those negative opinions of our town, we decided to get in contact with some locals and find out how our city once was.
And most of its history, its recent history in the last 100 years, was as a manufacturing center. Industry was the mainstay of the economy here. And it was during that period when downtown Torrington developed as the center of the community.
Torrington was built on the foundation of manufacturing. Because of its proximity to the river, we were actually the bearing capital of the world, producing most of the bearings for vehicles, for airplanes, for bicycles, you name it, it was probably built here in Torrington if it was a bearing.
My father grew up here, and he said during World War II all the factories were busy 24 hours a day, and downtown was a place that people had to come and have their dinners and eat at night. The diners were open. So it was very busy, but there was a sense of community.
Once we found out how vibrant Torrington once was, we decided to ask what happened.
There were many factors that were responsible for the demise of industry. Starting in the late 50s, early 60s, some of the larger industries were purchased by what today we would call corporate raiders. People who came in, bought a distressed industry for less than it was worth on the dollar, and then just sold off the pieces and walked away with a profit and put everybody out of work. That happened with the Hendy Machine Company here in Torrington. Also, in the 1960s, some of the successful Torrington industries started to build manufacturing plants in other places where the operating expenses were lower.
U.S. manufacturing has declined nearly 50% since 1970. At the same time, big box stores were drawing customers away from downtown, leading to less pedestrian foot traffic.
And over time, not unlike the rest of the country, as big box stores became more prevalent, downtown became less available to the cars and vehicle traffic, and even less pedestrian friendly to some extent.
And what ended up happening, a lot of those little small shops started to lose our customer base. They started not making money, and they started closing. So 10 years ago, if you looked at the downtown, almost all the stores had left.
The past, I'd say, 6 years have been a real challenge because of the whole economy thing and online shopping. That's a competition for us. Walmart, the big stores, they put up East Main Street, that's all competition. So you just have to change things up and try to make things better so you could get more business.
The numbers tell the story. The population of people below the poverty line has risen to 4,040. The manufacturing jobs have left. Yet facing all these hardships, a brave Julia Sloan still decided to open up a storefront.
It was a clothing and art boutique featuring all local designers. I really wanted to be a part of something. I had 3 goals when I opened the shop. You know, to be part of the revitalization of downtown Torrington. I wanted to support local artists and designers, and I just wanted to make some sort of change. Well, I decided to close the shop for a few reasons. It was just me behind the Brazen Betty's name, and it was just me doing the business, and I put a lot of pressure on myself. I took on a lot of projects, and foot traffic was good, and sometimes it was really bad.
Just like Julia Sloan, we decided that we wanted to be a part of the change. We headed down to City Hall to find out what our government officials and city advisors are doing to improve our downtown.
Bringing arts back to downtown, bringing people who are creative back to downtown. We're rolling out another $500,000 grant this summer, so we'll improve the look and feel of the actual buildings in downtown, attracting pop-up galleries for arts displays, just trying to provide an injection of life and vitality and creativity in downtown. And it will be a national model for how to save an old mill town.
I've been in this position 7 years under Mayor Bingham, and Mayor Bingham and I have really put a focus on the downtown and have said, how are we going to make it come back around? And we're doing that by trying to create a sense of place. And we do that on many different levels. We just had 3 very beautiful pieces of public art installed in the downtown. So people start to get the feeling like this is a beautiful place. So now the next step is, well, why would they want to come downtown? What's here? So again, in that move to bring people downtown, we created a festival that comes in the summer every Thursday night, Main Street Marketplace, which brings thousands of people downtown.
In February, using a 2-year grant, Torrington hired marketing consultant Stephen Warshaw to try and make downtown Torrington a more vibrant place.
Very soon we'll actually be announcing a brand new, what we're calling a rallying cry, which is really a moniker that we've come up with that will, we think, state it all in one fell swoop. We then have a URL. We drive as many people as possible to that website, and really the website's not the end all, but it's an opportunity for us to really have people learn a lot in one place in one fell swoop. Beyond that, if somebody has an idea, we can actually say to them, bring us the idea, because we can work with you on this. And actually we have a new pilot program that we're launching in June that will do that very thing. Ask people with great business ideas to bring them to us, overtly bring them to us, because we actually do have funds. We have microloans, we have access to grants, we have access to other people who want to help them, we have local banks who want to help them. So it's really not about how many forms can you fill out. There are actual micro opportunities. So I would say that before people suppress and say, oh, well, I want to get out of here because I don't have a future here, I would beg to differ. Just about anything you'd want to do in this area, you can do. And I think that how cool would that be if today's youth actually stepped up and helped shape downtown?
In the process of making this documentary, we learned many things. One very important lesson is that with time, there will always be change. Yet with change, it is the only way we can achieve our visions for the future.
My vision for downtown Torrington is someplace that's kind of hopping.
The downtown, to me, it's really like the heart of the city. And when that heart is pumping and it's vibrant and it's alive, the rest of the city will flourish. People are living downtown, working downtown, and playing downtown.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown, just listen to the music of the traffic in the city. Linger on the sidewalk where the neon signs are pretty. How can you lose? The lights are much brighter there. You can't forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. So go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. No finer place for sure. Downtown.